In this video, I am going to discuss about some important points regarding the combination of cell. कल के वीडियो में हमने कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ सेल बताया, जिसमें सेल को कब सीरीज में जोड़ते हैं, कब पैरेलल में जोड़ते हैं, and when we prefer the mixed combination of the cell. And in this video, first I am going to discuss about some important points regarding the combination of cell. Under this first point is what here? First point, when two cells of different EMF, अगर दो सेल जिनके EMF अलग अलग हों, डिफरेंट हों, एंड देयर इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस और उनके इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस भी अगर अलग अलग हों, आर कनेक्टेड इन सीरीज, अगर ऐसे सेल सीरीज में जोड़े जाएं, then the equivalent EMF and internal resistance are given as follows. Suppose two cell, first cell of EMF E1 and resistance, internal resistance is R1, and another cell of EMF E2 and internal resistance R2. Here both cells are in series, but their EMF are different as well as their internal resistance is also different. So at the place of these two cells and these two internal resistances here, this combination is equivalent to a single cell of EMF E1 plus E2. E1 plus E2 means here both cells are supporting each other. So their net EMF is E1 plus E2. You can put a single cell of EMF E1 plus E2, and both resistance, internal resistance R1 and R2 are in series. So at the place of these two R1, R2 which is in series, we can write a single internal resistance having value R1 plus R2. So at place of these two cells, we can put this one is equivalent to a single cell of EMF E1 plus E2 and internal resistance R1 plus R2. And remember this, here cells supporting each other because their EMF are different, correct in the same direction. Here again, two cells of EMF E1 and E2, but here cells are opposing each other. Here cells are opposing each other. This EMF negative to positive in this direction, this EMF is E. So here both cells are opposing each other and their internal resistance are R1 and R2. So now at the place of this combination of the cell, we can put a equivalent, or we can put a single cell having EMF E1 minus E2. If E1 is greater than E2, then we will take E1 minus E2. If E2 is greater than E1, then we will take E2 minus E1. A single cell, and here suppose I have taken here E1 is greater than E2, then at the place of this E1 and E2 which are opposing each other, we can put a single cell having EMF E1 minus E2, and at the place of R1 and R2 we can write here internal resistance R1 plus R2. But remember this here, cells opposing each other. Now second point is what here? When two cells of different EMF and internal resistances are connected in parallel. अगर दो सेल हैं, अगर उनकी EMF और इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस दोनों अलग अलग हैं और ऐसे सेल को अगर पैरेलल में जोड़ा जाए, then their equivalent EMF and internal resistance are given as follows. Suppose two cells E1 and E2 having internal resistance R1 and R2 be connected in parallel between the point A and B. So now at the place of these two cells having internal resistance R1 and R2, इन दो सेल जो कि पैरेलल में जुड़े हुए हैं, इन दोनों की जगह पे एक हम सिंगल सेल लगा सकते हैं. We can replace them by a single cell of EMF E and internal resistance R, where E is how much? E is equal to E1 into R2 plus E2 into R1 upon R1 plus R2. It means the net EMF of this cell is equal to this one, and the internal resistance is small r at the place of this r, since both R1 and R2 are in parallel. So they are equivalent for two resistance. अगर दो resistance parallel में जुड़े हुए हैं तो उनका equivalent निकालने के लिए क्या करेंगे? They are equivalent. In the numerator they are product and in denominator they are sum. So we can write here at place of R is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. But if the cell E1 and E2 are opposing each other, if the both cell E1 and E2 are opposes each other, then in this formula at place of E2 we will take minus E2. In the same formula at place of E2 we will take minus E2 while the internal resistance RB remain same. So these 2 points, always remember this, when the cells are joined in series and when the cells are joined in parallel. Now 2 more points. What here? First one, if suppose two cells having equal EMF and equal internal resistance are connected in parallel. Suppose between AB, two cell having EMF 5 volt, internal resistance 1 ohm and 1 ohm. So between AB, the potential is always 5 volt, and for 5 volt internal resistance is how much here? 1 ohm. So these two cells be equivalent to a single cell of EMF 5 volt and internal resistance is only 1 ohm. And in same way, if suppose these two cells 5 volt and 3 volt which are joined are connected in series with parallel to another cell of EMF 8 volt between A and B. So since 5 volt and 3 volt these two cells are joined in series, then their total EMF 8 volt and this one is also 8 volt. So between AB, whole this cell combination is equivalent to a single cell between AB of how much? 8 volt here, because in the parallel voltage remains same here. So you can see this voltage will remain 5 volt here. This between AB, this voltage is again how much here? 8 volt. Third one is maximum power theorem. And according to maximum power theorem, if the internal resistance small r and external resistance capital R are equal, then the power transferred by the battery in external resistance will be maximum. This one is called maximum power theorem. Now the next topic is Kirchhoff's law. This topic is very important here, and actually Kirchhoff's law is used to find the current in the different branch of a complicated circuit. मतलब ऐसे सर्किट में जिसमें हम सीरीज और पैरेलल कॉम्बिनेशन लगा करके उसको नहीं सॉल्व कर पाते हैं, ऐसे सर्किट को सॉल्व करने के लिए हम क्या यूज करते हैं? किरचॉफ्स लॉ. And the Kirchhoff's law, there are two laws in the Kirchhoff's law. First one is called Kirchhoff's current law and second one is called Kirchhoff's voltage law. Actually, this Kirchhoff's law is divided in two parts, KCL and KVL. And this Kirchhoff's first law, which is KCL, is also called junction rule. And second law, which is Kirchhoff's voltage law, is also called loop rule or mesh rule. Now, Kirchhoff's first law, which is also called junction rule, and according to Kirchhoff's first law, in an electric circuit, the algebraic sum of the currents meeting at any junction of the circuit is 0. It means in any circuit, at any meeting point, the algebraic sum of all the current meeting at that point should be equal to 0. It means summation of I is equal to 0. And what sign convention you will take for this? So the sign convention, the current which is entering the junction, means at any junction point, entering current at the junction is taken with the positive sign, and the current which is leaving the junction, that should be taken with the negative sign. It means, suppose In this diagram, O is any meeting point in a junction, and several currents is coming and going, are coming, entering and leaving at the point O. O is the junction point here. Suppose this current I1, this I2, I3, I4, and suppose this one is I5. Then when you will use the sign convention for this one, because the algebraic sum of all these currents meeting at this point should be equal to 0, but you will apply it with the proper sign convention. Now you see here, how many current entering the junction? So current I1 and I2, ये दोनों करंट I1 और I2 जंक्शन पॉइंट O पे एंटर कर रहे हैं. So both current I1 and I2 should be taken with the positive sign. So you will write here I1 plus I2. Now you see here I3. I3 is leaving the junction. Leaving the junction. So that current should be taken with the negative sign. So minus I3. I4 is also leaving the junction. So minus I4. I5 is also leaving the junction. So minus I5. That should be equal to 0. Or you can say I1 plus I2 is equal to I3 plus I4 plus I5. It means total current entering at this meeting or junction point is equal to the total current leaving at the same junction point. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि किसी भी इलेक्ट्रिक सर्किट में किसी भी मीटिंग पॉइंट पे या किसी जंक्शन पॉइंट पे जितनी करंट आएगी उतनी ही करंट जाएगी. इसका मतलब वहां पे कोई भी करंट रुकेगी नहीं या स्टोरेज नहीं होता. क्यों? क्योंकि करंट क्या है? करंट इज ए फ्लो ऑफ चार्ज. इट मींस एट एनी पॉइंट देयर इज नो स्टोरेज ऑफ एनी चार्ज. जितना चार्ज आया उतना ही चार्ज चला गया. इसीलिए किरचॉफ फर्स्ट लॉ को और क्या कहते हैं? इट इज द स्टेटमेंट ऑफ लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ चार्ज. So this one is also called, it is simply a statement of law of conservation of charge. Law of conservation of charge. So simply you can say Kirchhoff's first law is the statement of law of conservation of charge. जैसे एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल हम ले. Suppose this one is what here in a circuit in which the current is shown and our aim is to find the current I. You see here this 2 ampere, 3 ampere, this current, this one is I, this one is 4 ampere, this one is 1.5 ampere and this one is 2.5 ampere. And when you will apply the junction rule, so this one is a junction, here also junction, this one is a junction point. And always remember this, हमेशा याद रखिए कि junction rule में sum of the current coming toward the junction is equal to sum of the current going away from the junction. Means total current entering and leaving should be same. Now you see here 2 ampere and 3 ampere. At this meeting point both is coming towards it. They are some 5 ampere. So the current leaving to this junction should be also 5 ampere. So this current should be 5 ampere. And now 5 ampere current for this junction point. 5 ampere current is entering at this junction. And how much is leaving? 4 ampere is going away from it, means leaving here. So this I should be how much here? 1 ampere. Then you can say 4 plus 1 should be also 5. Now this 4 ampere current you see here entering at this junction point, and what is the current leaving at this point? 1.5 ampere and 2.5 ampere. 1.5 plus 2.5, total current leaving at this point is 4 and total current entering at this point is also 4. It means the value of this I is how much here? 1 ampere. Even this one is a very easy problem here. Several times also we can find the sum. More problem are in next video. I will be also discuss the some more problem based on the Kirchhoff's current rule. How can we find the current in the different branch? Now, Kirchhoff's second law, which is also called loop or mesh rule. Here, I would like to clear. यहाँ मैं clear ये बता दूं, loop या mesh. देखिए, mesh में कई loop हो सकते हैं, लेकिन loop में mesh नहीं हो सकता. तो जैसे एक घर ले लें, एक घर पूरा क्लोज्ड mesh है, लेकिन ये loop नहीं है, लेकिन उसमें जो छोटे छोटे कमरे हैं, उसका क्या है, इसके अंदर loop है. तो मेश में हम लूप को कंसीडर करते हैं. इसका मतलब घर में कमरे होते हैं, कमरे में घर नहीं होता. तो वही है, लूप इज ए पार्ट ऑफ मेश. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू Kirchhoff's second law, which is also called loop or mesh rule, and what is the statement of this law? In a closed loop of a circuit, the algebraic sum of change in potential in that loop is always equal to 0, and the summation of delta V is equal to 0. And in this way you can say Kirchhoff's second law, which is loop rule, is based or simply it is a statement of law of conservation of energy. Why? Because voltage potential is what? Here potential difference. It is the ratio of work done to maintain the flow of charge. Q means V is equal to W by Q. W is what? Your work is a form of energy. It means simply you can say Kirchhoff's second law is a statement of law of conservation of energy. So this one is also a statement of law of conservation of energy. And dear students, always remember this. Kirchhoff's first law is the statement of law of conservation of charge, while the Kirchhoff's second law is the law of conservation of energy. And how can you take the sign convention in here? Now, in Kirchhoff's second law or loop rule, what is the sign convention? It is very important to understand the sign convention here. Suppose in any loop, मान लीजिए आप कोई लूप लिए हैं और उस लूप में एक डायरेक्शन होगा आपका, जिस डायरेक्शन में आप लूप को कंसीडर किए हैं, और दूसरा उस डायरेक्शन में जो करंट है. मान लीजिए इसी लूप में कोई करंट आई किसी रेजिस्टेंस आर में इंटर कर रही है, और उस लूप में आप भी उसी डायरेक्शन में मूव कर रहे हैं जिस डायरेक्शन में करंट जा रही है, ए टू बी. तो करंट इज ऑलवेज फ्लो फ्रॉम हायर पोटेंशियल टू lower potential. It means when you will move in the direction of current in any loop, it means you are going from lower potential to higher potential to lower potential. It means there is a potential drop, and potential drop means your potential is decreases. Then what is the potential difference across? What is the fall in potential across this one? So here this one is what you will take here, minus I into R. This one according to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So when in any loop your direction and direction of current is same, then that current is considered with the minus sign. ये एक लॉजिक के तहत है, ऐसा नहीं है कि ऐसे ही ले लिया गया है माइनस प्लस. अगर आप हायर पोटेंशियल से लोअर पोटेंशियल पे जाएंगे तो पोटेंशियल में ड्रॉप होगा. पोटेंशियल का ड्रॉप हमेशा नेगेटिव साइन से. तो when you will move in the direction of current, बस आप इतना याद रखिए, किसी भी लूप में अगर हम करंट के डायरेक्शन में मूव करेंगे तो उस करंट को माइनस साइन के साथ लेंगे. और अगर किसी लूप में हम मूव कर रहे हैं और रास्ते में कोई सेल आ गया और सेल के हम पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल से नेगेटिव टर्मिनल की तरफ जा रहे हैं, इसका मतलब हम हायर पोटेंशियल से लोअर पोटेंशियल की तरफ जा रहे हैं, और इस केस में पोटेंशियल का जो ड्रॉप होगा वो क्या इंक्लूड करेगा, माइनस ई. सिमिलरली हियर सपोज डायरेक्शन ऑफ करंट इन ए लूप इज फ्रॉम ए टू बी एंड you are moving in that loop from B to A. It means you are coming from here lower to higher potential. Since current is always flow from higher to lower, but you are moving from higher to lower. It means in the lower to higher. It means here there will be rise of the potential. And how much rise? In this case, rise is denoted by plus I into R. It means in any loop, when you will move opposite to the direction of current, then that current is considered with the positive sign. And suppose again in the way रास्ते में कोई सेल मिल जाए और उसके लिए अगर आपका डायरेक्शन नेगेटिव से पॉजिटिव की तरफ है, इसका मतलब आप लोअर पोटेंशियल से हायर पोटेंशियल की तरफ आ रहे हैं, तो उस सेल की ईएमएफ को हम किससे डिनोट करेंगे? प्लस ई से। एक बार और समझ लीजिए इसको। व्हेन योर मोशन, मतलब आपका डायरेक्शन लूप में, आपके मोशन का डायरेक्शन और करंट का डायरेक्शन अगर सेम है, तो उस करंट को हम नेगेटिव साइन के साथ लेंगे, तो माइनस आई इंटू आर करेंगे, देन यू विल गेट द पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस। अगर यू आर एंटरिंग फ्रॉम पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल टू नेगेटिव, मूविंग फ्रॉम पॉजिटिव टू नेगेटिव, it means higher potential to lower potential, then that EMF will consider with the minus sign. Similarly here, when you are coming from lower to higher, so there is a rise in potential. That rise in potential will plus. It means जब आप करंट के अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में अगर लूप में मूव कर रहे हैं, तो हमेशा उस करंट को पॉजिटिव साइन के साथ, और अगर आप नेगेटिव टर्मिनल से पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल की तरफ मूव कर रहे हैं, तो उस ईएमएफ को पॉजिटिव साइन के साथ लेंगे। जैसे हम एक एग्जांपल से दिखाते हैं। सपोज वी कंसीडर दिस सर्किट हियर in which two resistor R1, R2, two cell having EMF E1 and E2 with a third resistor R3 is connected like this one here. And our aim is to find the current in the different resistors. Then how can we apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law? In this case, first you see here, suppose the current given by the cell E1 is I1, current given by the cell E2 is I2, suppose, and both current meeting at the point A. So according to Kirchhoff's first law, total current meeting at the point A is I1 plus I2. So total current leaving means going away from it should be also I1 plus I2. So current in this R3 is I1 plus I2, same current, and the current which is drawn from here, E2 से कितनी करंट निकली यहाँ पे? I2, तो इसमें लौट की कितनी करंट आई? I2। तो इस जंक्शन पे ये देखिए, दिस वन इज आल्सो जंक्शन पॉइंट, टोटल करंट कमिंग इज हाउ मच हियर? I1 प्लस I2, देन I2 इसमें लौट जाएगी इस E2, क्योंकि इसके पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल से करंट I2 निकली, और I1 करंट इस सेल के नेगेटिव टर्मिनल में लौट जाएगी। एंड नाउ यू सी एट दिस पॉइंट टोटल करंट मीटिंग एट दिस पॉइंट, और टोटल करंट इस पॉइंट पे कितना आ रहा है? I1 प्लस I2, और जा कितना रहा है बाहर? ये भी I2 और ये I1 is I1 plus I2. It means first you see here at the junction point it should be fulfill the Kirchhoff's first law. Now you see here how many closed loop, when you will consider the loop like A, D, C, B, A. This one is a closed loop. Also you can consider it like this one. A, B, C, D, A. This one is also a closed loop. Similarly, A, D, F, E, A. This one is also closed loop. But B, C, F, E, B. This one is called a mesh. And in whole this mesh, there are two loops. So please don't create a misconception in your mind. इसमें कोई confusion नहीं होना चाहिए कि सर ने ABCDA ले लिया या ADCBA ले लिया। ये आपके ऊपर है किस ऑर्डर में आप कोई लूप को ले लेते हैं। तो लूप के ऑर्डर के लिए कोई कंडीशन नहीं है, जिस ऑर्डर में आप लूप लेना चाहें उस ऑर्डर में आप लीजिए। जैसे फॉर क्लोज लूप हमने एक लूप ले लिया ADCBA। देखिए क्लोज तभी होगा जहां से शुरू किए थे वहीं पे एंड करें, तभी क्लोज होगा। नाउ यू सी हियर ABA D, C, B, B, A. It means in this loop you are taking anti clockwise. लेकिन ये जरूरी नहीं है कि आप एंटी क्लॉकवाइज में ही लें, आप क्लॉकवाइज भी ले सकते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगी. नाउ यू अप्लाई ADCBE एंड नाउ यू मूव. मींस योर वे. इस लूप में आपके मोशन का डायरेक्शन है A से पहले D, फिर D से आप C पे जाएंगे, C से B और B से A. तो व्हेन यू विल मूव फ्रॉम A टू D, रास्ते में क्या पड़ा? पहले एक सेल पड़ा. उस सेल के हम कहां से जा रहे हैं? पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल से नेगेटिव की तरफ. इसका मतलब हायर पोटेंशियल से लोअर पोटेंशियल की तरफ. तो इस सेल के E2 को हम किस साइन के साथ लिखेंगे? नेगेटिव. तो यहां हो गया -E2. फिर you are going in this direction and in this resistance R2 current is coming in this direction. It means your direction and current direction both are opposite. So you will take this current I2 with what sign? Positive. So plus I2 into R2. अब कहां पहुंचे? AD तो हो गया. D to C कोई रेजिस्टेंस नहीं है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. देन C to B. C to B रास्ते देखिए. C से B तक आने में आप आ रहे हैं इधर की तरफ, और इस रेजिस्टेंस R1 में करंट भी इधर की ही तरफ है. तो दिस करंट I1 इज टेकन विथ व्हाट साइन? नेगेटिव साइन. सो माइनस I1 इंटू R1. ये हो गया. एंड अगेन व्हेन यू विल गो फ्रॉम C टू B, रास्ते में ये जो सेल पड़ा, इसके लिए आप जा रहे हैं किधर? नेगेटिव से पॉजिटिव. मींस लोअर पोटेंशियल टू हायर पोटेंशियल. इस सेल के साइन को किसके साथ लेंगे? प्लस. तो प्लस E2. अब कोई बचा नहीं. So their sum should be equal to 0. Or you can say here, from here you can say I2 R2 minus I1 R1 is equal to, this one is E1. This one is what here you can write from here. When you will take minus E to this side, then plus E2, and here minus E1. Or simply you can say I2 R2 minus I1 R1 is equal to E2 minus E1. So suppose this one is equation number 1. And please, when you will go through your book here, in your book for the same circuit here given, in your book given I1 R1 minus I2 R2 is equal to E1 minus E2. So both is same. There is no any problem here. So I will write down this one. I1 R1 minus I2 R2 is equal to E1 minus E2. Similarly, again for closed loop. Suppose again I am taking the closed loop. What closed loop you are taking here? Suppose A, E, F, D, A, E, A, E, F, A, E, F, D, A. Again, suppose you are going in anti-clockwise direction in this loop here. It means your way or your motion is in anti-clockwise in this loop. And now you apply the Kirchhoff voltage law. When you will come from A to E, रास्ते में कोई रेजिस्टेंस नहीं है, इसलिए कोई पोटेंशियल ड्रॉप की बात नहीं है. अब E to F पहुंचे. E to F, your direction E to F, and current is also in the same direction. It means that current is taken with what sign? Negative. So minus I1 plus I2 into R3 into R3. यहां तक है. F to D कोई रेजिस्टेंस नहीं. अब D से A तक आने में आप आ रहे हैं D से A की तरफ, और करंट भी इधर ही है इस रेजिस्टेंस R2 में. इसका मतलब आपका मोशन और करंट का डायरेक्शन दोनों सेम है. तो दिस करंट I2 इज टेकन विथ व्हाट साइन? नेगेटिव. So minus I2 into R2. एंड जब आप इधर चलेंगे, मूव करेंगे D से A की तरफ, तो आप आएंगे नेगेटिव टर्मिनल से पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल, मतलब लोअर से हायर की तरफ. दिस E2 शुड बी टेकन विद व्हाट साइड? पॉजिटिव. प्लस E2, this is equal to 0. Or simply we can say here minus I1 plus I2 into R3 minus I2 into R2, or when you will take whole this term on one side, then you can say here I1 plus I2 into R3 plus I2 into R2 is equal to what here? This one is the equation number 2. Or simply you can say at place of the I1 plus I2, suppose if I3 is there, or simply you can say here I1 plus I2 into R3 plus I2 into R2 is equal to E2. This equation number 2. And suppose if E1, R1, E2, R2 and R3 is given, then by solving these two linear equations you can find the value of I1 and I2. So in this way, please first you do the practice. How can we frame the linear equation for any loop by applying the Kirchhoff's law? And always remember this, in any loop you can take that loop, or you can take either anti-clockwise or clockwise direction. And suppose in any loop your motion and in that loop direction of current both is same, so that current is taken with negative sign. But if any loop your motion and direction of current is opposite, then you will take with what sign? Positive sign. And when you will moving from negative terminal to positive, this positive value of EMF, and when you will move from positive terminal to negative, then you will take negative. When you will do the practice 2-3 times here, then I hope maybe all this topic becomes very clear for you. So in the next video, I will give some more numerical problem based on it. Then I hope maybe this topic becomes more clear. Thank you.